So it's a music review for you. This is the 1997 release by Blur, self-titled and called Blur. It reached #1 in the album charts in the UK, and it also made a splash over the pond in America. It's the first album really that Blur had released that made any inroads into the American market, and it was helped in no shape form by the two singles. Let's go through them. The two singles being Beetle Bum and Song 2. They start the album off first, Beetle Bum. It's got a chugging beat intro with a great hook in the chorus. An album sings all mellowy and beatly, a la the title. The lyrics, catch this: you suck my thumb, you make me come. Yeah, I guess that's the case, Damon in America. Coxon's high guitar lick accelerates the beat as the song heads for the finish line. It's 5 minutes of pop magic with some strange sound effects added. And in fact, this album signified a lot of strange sound effects. Guess the Beatles' influence was playing strong here in the recording studio. Track 2 then, Song 2. It's a bit of a dumb punk thrash, and it certainly appealed to the US audience. Is quite a big hit there. The Cure intro riff leads us in, and then there's that explosion that seeds Damon's punk-ridden John Lydon snarl vocals. It's 2 minutes of tight punk rock, basically. 3, on the stranger side of things, we've got the acoustically tinged and rather attractive country sad ballad man. It's complete with sound oddities from The Home and The Neighbour. I heard water going down a sink as one examples. The vocals are a tinge of camp like the country blues from Essex. Coxon's lead is alternative, like with a frenetic finale. It reminded me a little of early Talking Heads. Track 4 then, MOR. This is 100-mile-an-hour punk with a homage to The Who and probably more The Clash. Screeching guitars with thrashing drum beats. Track 5, On Your Own, which has a relatively dirty sound. It's a great spanking pop song at heart with simple lyrics, a simple tune, and it works. It's a standard slow blues with odd loops. The chant-like vocals mix with a cacophony of odd snorting-like noises. It's very chaotic in nature with a siren wailing at the finish. Let's move on then to track 6, and track 6 is You're So Great. Theme from Retro. This has a music hall theme, and that's how we hear the intro, with echo-stricken vocals and keyboards hinting at a drug-hazed apocalyptic period. Very late 70s progressive. So to track 7 then, You're So Great, very heavily influenced by the Kinks. Reminds me a little bit of Lola. Unfortunately, Damon's vocals aren't quite up to Davis's standards, and Coxon's lead is intricate and odd-like. It's a simple love song, really. 8, Death of a Party. Well, there's the heavy bass organ intro, and Damon's vocal creates that Susie Robert Smith-like move. Good gothic it isn't, but it's a near neighbour. The guitar riff begs hypnosis, and the stripped down finale is moody and classy. Next up, 1 minute 27 seconds of Chinese Bomb, a frantic pump rhythm with mania everywhere. Damon again stealing John Lydon's style. Next up, track 10, I'm Just a Killer for Your Love. A loud hailer greets us, the vocals creating that hollow sound, slow crunchy rock, squelching like beat. The track labours a little bit as we reach the end. So to track 11 then, and Look Inside America. This was a big hit on the US tour. Young lads from Essex stepping out into the big wide world. It's a lovely, whimsical, musical song. It's got a music hall beat. The rhythm hooks you in. Very British pop sound. And salutes the Beatles, of course. And track 12, Strange News from Another Star. Spacey intro, and then it leads into an acoustic vocal delivery with shimmering guitars and keyboards. A nice arrangement. I thought of Lennon's Magical Mystery Tour when I listened. Chaos reigns in the last segment as Damon's march on it continues. Track 13 then, it's Moving On. This is another punk 77 style track, exploding your senses. No subtlety here as Coxon illustrates his Clash roots until the synthesized sound effects remind us all that it is in fact 1997, not 1977. The closing track, Essex Dogs, sees us through to the finish line. It's a lengthy 8 minutes of indulgence. Sounds like a starter humming at the beginning, a slow hypnotic drill leading into Damien's vocal narrative, bit like Jarvis Cocker. Musically, it's a deluge of sound bites over a slow bass riff, leading to a final assault on the brain matter. Oh yes, and there's an odd epilogue of instrumental marriage between guitar and I think an harmonium style keyboard. Anyway, overall this album was a step forward for Blur, with a few classics to anoint us into the Blur Hall of Fame, but a little less electronic indulgent would have been preferred. Although I still can't stop humming and singing along to Look Inside America. That's my review.